Okay, once again I had to walk clear up there because this remote is not that strong. Anyway, today I'm going to be going over the idea of double object pronouns. Now, if you haven't already watched the videos that I've done on direct object pronouns and indirect object pronouns and object pronoun placement, I really recommend you do that because I'm going to just teach you very, very basic stuff here. It can be a little bit more complex, and if you watch those other videos, especially the object pronoun placement, it'll help you a lot. So please take a moment to watch those. Okay, sometimes in a sentence, in English and in Spanish, we have both a direct object pronoun and an indirect object pronoun, okay? And I put a couple here on the board, okay? I gave it, got the little money sign there, I gave it to you. Now, for you grammar nerds out there, yes, technically that is the object of a preposition, but it's okay, it'll work here, okay? And then another one here is they gave them, whatever they are, we'll say shoes, okay? They gave them to me. Now, if you remember in the other videos, the first thing you have to do to figure out if you have object pronouns in your sentence is to find the verb. In this case, I'm using the verb gave. Gave is a very, very simple verb to use. In fact, I even conjugated it out here for you in Spanish. But it's one of the few verbs that you can actually use double object pronouns with and sound normal. So, in this case, who or what, or excuse me, what's the verb? Gave. Who or what was given, okay? That's the direct object pronoun. In this case, oops, if I can get the lid off, it, the money, okay? That is what was given. To whom was it given? To you, okay? That's my indirect object, okay? Here's my direct object. Sorry, that's kind of messy. That's the direct object, that's the indirect object, okay? With this sentence, they gave them to me. The verb is gave. Who or what was given? Them. In this case, we'll say shoes, okay? To whom were they given? To me. And I'm underlining that to keep it separate. Okay. Now, in a sentence like this, in English, you know, we generally like to put the, direct object first, but you don't have to. In Spanish, though, this is the rule. Whenever you have double object pronouns in your sentence, your indirect object pronoun is going to go first. So this one, you know, to you, to me, to us, to them, whatever. This guy's going to go first, okay? And then the direct object comes right after it. So with this sentence, I gave, and I'm going to put this, do all this for you. I gave is the, they gave is dieron. Now, if you watched my video on object pronoun placement, ooh, I'm off the camera there. If you watch the video on object pronoun placement, you'll know that because these are conjugated verbs, all of the pronouns are going to go up in front. And that's 180 degrees from how it's done in English, but that's the way it is. So, deal with it. So, in this case, I gave it to you. So the indirect object pronoun comes first. So the indirect object pronoun for you is te. So I'm going to put te right here. Okay, te. And what did I give? Money. Dinero. Masculine singular. The direct object pronoun for masculine singular is lo. So in this sentence, I would say, te lo di. Literally, to you it I gave. That's the way they say it in Spanish. Isn't that fun? I love it. Okay, for this one, they gave them to me. Okay, to whom was it given? Indirect object pronoun. To whom was it given? Me. Me. What did they give them? We're going to say shoes. Zapatos. Zapatos. Masculine plural. The masculine plural direct object pronoun is los. So we put this right here. Los. And that's the sloppiest O you'll ever see written. Okay? Well, that's not much better. Me los dieron. Okay? That's the basic idea here. Whenever you have a sentence with double object pronouns, the indirect object pronoun comes first. Okay? Now, I only did sentences with conjugated verbs. Okay? If you have an affirmative command, or if you have an infinitive, or a present participle, things get a little weird. But the thing that stays consistent is the indirect object pronoun comes first. Now, last thing I got to go over here with you. You'll notice I drew a little arrow down here, and it's way down at the bottom of your screen. Hopefully you can see it. It's this word se. There's a goofy Spanish rule here that says, whenever your indirect object pronoun is either the word le or les, and it's followed by a direct object pronoun that's either lo, la, los, or las. So it's these bottom guys just don't get along, okay? So lay or lace, they don't get along with lo, la, los, and las. So what happens in those cases is they change the lay or lace to the word say, okay? So for example, if I had said something like this, I gave it to him, okay? So instead of to you, instead of te right here, it would have been lay, okay? Lay would have been the indirect object pronoun for to him. But this can't happen. They don't like lay low, okay? Or like lace los or something like that. So this would get changed to say. Say, lo, thee. And of course, there's a really corny way of remembering this. It's been out a while. I did not think of this, but I sure love it, okay? And here it is. You ready? Ready? You can't lay low. You gotta say low and get the L out of there. Yes, I'll give you 3 seconds to groan in pain right now. Go ahead. Yeah, it was that bad. I understand. Okay, but it's a clever way to remember it. You'll never be able to forget it. Probably for your detriment, maybe lying awake at night some night thinking, you can't lay low, you gotta say, oh, and not being able to sleep because you can't get that out of your head, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But that's the basic gist, guys. So remember, whenever you have a direct object pronoun and an indirect object pronoun in your sentence, the indirect object pronoun comes first. If you have lay or lace coming before lo, la, los, or las, change the lay or lace to say, and that's all we have to. That's all I have to say about the topic of double object pronouns. Good luck.